Hey, this is Rich over at TVP Live with another quick tips brought to you by Adobe Photoshop Elements Tutorials Group. And let's jump right in with today's poster who wanted to know how to make the same size of her child here because they're all slightly different sizes. So basically in her example, she showed 3 different files, which would be 3 different pictures. So what you want to do is import all 3 pictures into one photo so that you can move each one around individually and independently. So what I did was I opened up a large 30-inch file and just brought them all in. So now we can take each one and make them whatever size we want. So I'm going to start basically by going to View and turn on the grid. Now you can see the grid here. And now we can grab each person's photo here, and I'm going to put his head right on top of the grid right there. I'm going to take this one, put his head right on top of the grid right there. Take the third one and put his head right on top of this line right here. Now let's look at the line down at the bottom where the shoes end here. I'm going to take the first photo and reduce the size to match this line right here. I'm going to do the same thing with the second photo. And I can reduce it down to about here, and then simply take the third photo and do the same thing. Now we got all 3 photos with the exact same size. So now that we got all 3 photos positioned so that the child is the exact same size in all 3 photos, turn off the grid, and then we got these all married together. So now it makes it easy to erase the edges here and make them all the same. But let's go ahead and add a white background. So I'm going to add a layer, bring that to the back, choose white as the color, and take the paint bucket and paint it in. That gives us the nice white background. And finally, since these are all together, whatever we do with one it will affect all 3. So I'm going to grab the eraser and give me a 100-point brush. It'll be different depending on the size of your photo. And start up here and just go ahead and erase the edge there. I'll do the same thing with the bottom, right around here. And I can take the polygon tool and just get rid of all the other stuff that I don't want. Right like that, and hit delete. And go ahead and take the eraser again and erase the edges. The poster said it didn't really matter how straight these were, so I'm just going to go ahead and do them just like this. And now we can just take the polygon tool, get rid of everything we don't want. Boom, and hit delete. And there we go. We got 3 different photos that are exact same size. Now if you want, you can cut these apart. Just put a square around this, and as long as the photo is chosen here on this layer, I can right click and hit cut. And now it turned it into its own separate photo. I can do that with the other 2 here by grabbing a square, making a square around this picture, right click and hit cut. Now all 3 photos you can see up here, they're each one on their own individual layer. And I can sit here and position these right here like this, make them look really nice. If I lock the background, once again, I could draw a square around all 3 and make them all smaller or bigger. So you can position them anywhere you want on the page. If I want to fill out the page, I would just go like this. And there you have it. This is how to resize a photo so that they're all exactly the same. This is Rich, calling it quits, saying over and out.